Hello again from Central Virginia. Today we're going to make a great, easy vegan soup. It is a winter soup, a butternut squash soup, curried, and with a little bit of peanut in there. It's going to be delicious. If you're new to my YouTube channel, you know that it's mainly gardening, but I also love to cook what I grow. And I grew these delicious, beautiful butternut squash, and this morning I roasted them. And now I have just the puree of the butternut squash. Now I'm making this soup just for a couple of people, so I'm not making a massive amount, but you can easily upscale this. Here's what you need. All right, this is a fairly simple soup to make with a couple of surprise ingredients. You'll need about a half an onion, a couple of cloves of garlic, a piece of ginger, 1 carrot, your butternut squash that's been cooked. You'll need a can of coconut milk, unsweetened, a little bit of honey, and some curry powder, salt, pepper, and here is your surprise ingredient, a little bit of smooth, natural peanut butter, and a few peanuts for the garnish. If you don't want to use peanut butter, or you have someone who has a peanut allergy, you can use tahini instead. And for the garnish, you'll need the juice of about half a lime. The very first thing you do is just chop up your carrots and your ginger and your garlic and your onion. Hello, Tiberius. I used half of the carrot and half of the onion because that was a very big carrot. And this is only for about 2 people. Next, we're just going to saute these vegetables in a neutral oil over medium heat for about 5 to 10 minutes to soften them. After about 4 minutes of cooking, I'm going to put in about 1 teaspoonful of curry powder. I'm actually using a spicy curry powder, but you can use a mild one, or you can make your own. But this is just sort of a quick way to do it. Stir that around and keep cooking for another 5 minutes or so until all the vegetables are starting to soften. You know what I'm going to say. It smells so good. The carrots and onion mixture is now pretty softened. It's been cooking for about 10 minutes. Now I'm going to add the butternut squash. Stir that around, and I'm going to start with 2 cups of water. But I'm probably going to go with a little bit more. Let's see how this does. Yeah, I'm going to turn the heat up and bring it up to a boil. I will put in about 1 more cup of water. It's going to have additional liquid when the coconut milk gets added. At this point, I'm going to add some salt and pepper, just black pepper. Again, I'm just making this with things that you are likely to have on hand, as long as you have, I guess the most exotic thing would be the curry powder, but that's not hard to come by. I keep it as a staple in my kitchen for days when I really don't want to take the time to make my own spice blends, and for use in dishes like this. All right, just going to simmer that. We're going to bring it to a boil, and we're going to cover it and then turn the heat down to simmer and simmer for about 20 minutes until everything is nice and blended. All right, this is cooked, simmered, and everything is softened. The next thing I'm going to do is take my immersion blender. Notice I've got my apron on because it splatters, and you have to be very careful because it's hot. I'm just going to puree this right in the pot. You can also use a blender for this, or Magic Bullet, or any of those blending devices. Now I'm going to add that peanut butter. How much peanut butter? Well, this is about, a big heaping tablespoon. This again is for this 2 to 3 people serving. Save your jar for other uses. Glass is one of the best things to preserve, to keep food in. You don't have to worry about any kind of leaching, and it's one of the hardest things to recycle in many places now. I'm just going to go ahead and puree that in. The next thing that goes in is a can of unsweetened coconut milk. Right, heat goes back on, kind of a medium heat, and that gets stirred in well. At this point, I'm going to give a taste, see if it needs anything. I like mine a little bit spicy, so I'm going to add a little bit more curry powder. Otherwise, the balance is really nice. That peanut butter just gives it a little bit of heft. We're turning this up. We're going to just bring it up to heat. We don't need to boil it. Next, we're going to add about a spoonful of honey. You can skip this if you don't want the honey in there, but I like a little extra sweetness in this. Don't overdo. It's a beautiful color. Again, you don't want to boil this. You just want to bring it up to just the point of boiling. Once it's about to boil, you're just going to take your lime and squeeze it on in. Just squeeze that juice. That lime is just going to give it a little lift with that coconut in there. It's going to be delicious. To serve this, I just added a few of the chopped peanuts. Let's try it. This is a vegan butternut squash and peanut soup. Flavor packed. Now, if I had some cilantro or some parsley growing or at hand, I would add that as a garnish too. And if I weren't vegan, I'm actually not vegan, but if I wanted a non-vegan version, I could also put a dollop of yogurt in here and then sprinkle the peanuts and garnish on top. Either way, it's delicious. Bon appetit. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you will make this soup. I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. And I hope you'll share and like this video and consider subscribing if you haven't yet already. Take care. I hope you're well. Bye.